Oh my god, what am I doing? Aloha everybody, it is I, the Great Clement. You probably know me for doing a whole bunch of Mega Man Let's Plays. Well, this game's not quite Mega Man, but it is connected and a lot of people have wanted me to play this game.
Mighty number 9!
Yes, as that lackluster intro said, this is Mighty Number 9, a game that came out last year in 2016, and this was a game that was started on Kickstarter. It was actually started by a top Mega Man producer, the top Mega Man producer that you probably know, Keiji Inafune, after he left Capcom. Mega Man fans have felt that since Mega Man 10, there were a lot of cancellations, a lack of games, and they wanted some fresh new Mega Man adventure to play. So Inafune was like, hey, I'm going to make this thing that's not quite Mega Man, but it's like it, and you're going to love it, and it's going to be amazing, and there's going to be a cartoon, and it's going to be awesome, and it did not get the reception they thought they would. So I'm going to be playing Mighty Number 9 for you to discuss the disappointment, and actually some of the things it does right as well. So I'm going to play this game on normal, because one-hit kills are not fun. But yeah, let's enjoy this intro cinematic.
It is the present year.
No!
Breakthroughs in robotic technology have ushered in a new era of peace and prosperity. Violence is confined to the Battle Coliseum, where robot combatants face off in spectacular duels. Today, the Coliseum walls once again echo with the shouts and cheers of excited fans, when suddenly...
System ready? Go!
Professor! Beck! And functioning normally, it would appear. What on earth has happened? It's chaos everywhere. Well, we won't figure it out here. We must make for the laboratory, and quickly! Beck, you forge ahead and clear a secure path. I'll follow and monitor your progress. Yes, sir!
Alrighty folks, so this is Mighty Number 9. This is our main character. His name is Beck. And he basically runs, he shoots, he jumps, he's jump and shoot, man. It's basically Mega Man. I mean, look at this. He's a robot who, in this game, has to take on 8 robot masters and absorb their powers. And he shoots yellow lemons out of his arms. Huh.
Once again, the president has declared a countrywide state of emergency. This based on reports of haywire robots rampaging out of control in all 52 states. I'm being told we have a comment from Gregory Graham, CEO of Cherry Dynamics. Cherry Dyne, of course, being the world's leading robot manufacturer. Let's go there now, live.
Attention! Attention! Is this thing on? Oh. My fellow Americans, in this time of crisis, we at Cherry Dyne would just like to express that this isn't our fault. It's that Dr. Blackwell. He's the one behind this. Blame him! We at Cherry Dyne are doing all we can to help fix the situation. It's Blackwell. Hello, is this thing on?
Avi?
And now let's go live to our Eye in the Sky Avi for today's Avi News Traffic Report. Thanks, Avi. As you can see, we've got a few accidents eastbound on, well, everywhere!
Mighty Number 6! What does he think he's doing? Unless... Could he be malfunctioning too?
I don't know, Dr. White. God damn it.
Uh-oh. A security bot. And it's out of control, like all the others. Beck, there's no other way. You'll need to fight your way through. You can handle this. I know you can. Professor, I'll do it.
Okay, so this is the big difference between Mighty Number 9 and the rest of the classic Mega Man series. Beck has the ability to do this dash attack, and he actually has the ability to spam it multiple times as long as he's in the sky. Like, he'll never stop dashing unless he hits, like, a brick wall and then he falls to his death or whatever. But as long as you have a pathway and you're still in the sky, you can dash, 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 dash. It's sort of like Mega Man X. You know, X had a dash in the X series, but Beck cannot wall jump, so do not expect to do that. If you are below a ledge and then you hit that wall, you're not going to get above that wall, so watch out. It's originally set to the R1 button. I'm playing the PlayStation 4 version, by the way. But it's originally set to R1. I set it to L1 because that's so much more comfortable to play. But yeah. In order to kill most enemies, you shoot them enough until they eventually glow a certain color. And then when they glow that color, you dash into them to immediately kill them. Now you can keep shooting them with the lemons, you can still keep going pew 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 in order to kill them, but it will take a lot of shots and it will be a lot faster just to dash into them, really. And there's a benefit to doing it because depending on what color they are when you dash into them, you will get a whole bunch of bonus effects.
Dr. Sun is calling. Sunda, what's the matter?
Good!
What's the matter? What the bleeding heck do you think's the matter? Are you
Good!
okay, Will?
Oh, fine.
Sprinter!
More or less. And yourself?
Less than fine. Much less. These robots gone wild are tearing the place apart. I've sealed myself in the lab. Who knows how long before they break through?
Good!
Understood.
Good!
We're already on our way. You can try to hold them off as best you can.
Good!
I won't always let the characters talk and be silent. I will usually talk over them because they're always talking in every single level. They're always on the communicator, they're always going on about the level or the enemies you're facing, and they're always talking. I don't care, Dr. White! You not Dr. Light? Science, bitch! But, anywho, folks, this is basically the gameplay, and you know what? I don't think Mighty Number 9 is terrible in its design. I don't think it's a train wreck like people would make you believe. It's certainly a flawed game that's very frustrating, and my first playthrough of Mighty Number 9 was so aggravating, so annoying, and I was so mad by the end of it, which, that doesn't happen often, but the final boss was such bullshit, and I really don't like how they handle the energy tank system. I don't like how they handle how you select powers. There's a lot of issues regarding checkpoints and level design and all this other stuff, and Mighty Number 9 is definitely a flawed game, and I'll be pointing out every single issue that this game has. But I am showing off how this game is meant to be played, and sometimes it can be pretty fun and exciting.
How on earth did it manage to get down there? Beck, quickly! You must stop it before it destroys the entire laboratory!
Round Digger! He's our intro boss, and because this is not Mega Man, that means the intro boss is going to be piss easy. He basically has 3 attacks. He goes from one side to the other, charging, and you have to dash over him. He will destroy the ceiling, and a whole bunch of chunks will fall down, but there's going to be one space where it doesn't, and you just go there. Nope. Easy peasy. And he has another one where he shoots a whole bunch of helicopter bombs that you just shoot instantly and kill.
Come on! Snap out of it! Now!
Mission clear!
Keep in mind, this is not a blind playthrough. I have played through Mighty Number 9 a few times. I've beaten this game on most of the higher difficulties except Maniac. I'm quite familiar with how to play this game, how to handle the final boss in a rather effective way and stuff. So, yeah.
Sanda, are you alright?
Will, Beck, thank goodness. But where are the other mighty numbers?
Well, based on empirical evidence, I believe they might be suffering from this robot affliction that's going around.
Crikey! It's like every bot in America went completely nuts all at once. Let me contact my brother at the head office in Tokyo. Maybe he can send help.
I'm sorry, Soichiro. Please understand. The Japanese government won't let us intervene until we know the cause of the malfunctions.
I was afraid of that. But it makes sense. After all, any robots you send to help could be affected as well, making things even worse.
Just to confirm, Mr. Sonda, if we can isolate the cause of the robot rampage, you'll send aid?
Absolutely, Professor White. Anything we can do. Did you have a plan in mind?
Yes. We'll send Beck to track down all his fellow mighty numbers. Great idea! Wait, what? His assimilation ability should filter any irregularities from his siblings' programming. If we can gather and study multiple samples, perhaps we can isolate the cause of the problem.
It's a long shot, but it's our only hope. The fate of the entire country hangs in the balance. I'll finish reactivating Cole so she can provide support. Let's get to it!
Professor, Not to worry, Beck. This is well within your capabilities.
You gotta love those cutscene animations. You know, Mega Man Powered Up came out on the PSP in 2006, 10 years before Mighty No. 9 came out, and that had, you know, mouth flap. It had over-the-top animations with Dr. Wily was in his saucer, and Dr. Light was running after the saucer when he stole all the Robot Masters and stuff, and that was a game from 10 years ago. And you get into the cutscenes of this, and not only is this game trying to be way more gray than black and white, where they're trying to introduce, oh, it's Dr. Blackwell. Who's Dr. Blackwell? Oh, can the Japanese government help? Like, no, we can't. You have to do this on your own, Americans. Okay, and the plot gets really complicated down the middle, and it gets really, like, obtuse, but, yeah, they just stand there in this blue room, and they don't flap their mouths or anything, and, not very exciting. I find these cutscenes rather boring, actually. I mean, the good news is you can skip all the cutscenes whenever they happen. That includes inside the intro stage and stuff, but very uninteresting characters, not really satisfied with Dr. White. Dr. White. Not Dr. Light, Dr. White. Oh, by the way, Beck's sister robot, her name is Call. It's a pun on beck and call, like, you know, you have someone who's attentive to you and he'll be at your beck and call. It's sort of like rock and roll, because that was a pun name from the Mega Man series, but either way, folks. We got 8 Robot Masters, 8 mighty numbers to track down and defeat. And you can tackle any of them in whatever order that you wish, just like Mega Man. And I'm going to go after Mighty No. 1, because he's fun to fight without his weakness.
Mighty No. 1, Pyrogen, has been sighted near this oil refinery. Prevent a large-scale inferno.
You, all set, then?
I don't know if I am, Sanda. I don't know if I am. But either way, folks, Mighty No. 9 has a lot of quirks about it, a lot of issues. I don't think every single level is a total train wreck, but this game does have so many issues, and there's so much to cover with Mighty No. 9. I'm going to have so much to talk about during this whole entire playthrough, because there's so much to say about the Kickstarter. There's so much to say about how the energy tanks work and all that stuff. You know, it's weird. The first playthrough, I was really frustrated, and I didn't like it very much, but when I did a second and third playthrough and I knew the rules of how the game was supposed to operate, it did get a little bit better to me as time went on, and I can comfortably play it and get a satisfying feeling from it, you know? I can play Mighty No. 9 just fine. I still think it's a better game than Mega Man X6, Mega Man X7, Network Transmission on the GameCube, which I haven't done a Let's Play of yet, but I wouldn't call it a success, though, and I definitely think that it is super flawed, and I can totally understand why anyone would not like Mighty No. 9, but, yeah. Anywho, when you shoot enemies in this game, they turn 4 different colors. They can turn green, and whenever you dash into them, you will absorb that particular color, and it will help Beck in some way.
Pyro!
Burn! The world must burn!
Pyro, wait!
Warning, multiple incoming robots detected.
What? Where?
Please don't remind me of Flame Hyanard. That is not the emotion you want to get out of me. But enemies can turn 4 colors when you drain their health. They'll turn blue, and blue is tied to your energy tanks, and that's a very convoluted, dumb system that I'll be talking about in a future part. Yellow, you will get armor for Beck, so he will actually take less damage when he has this yellow meter. It's above his head right now, but as you can see, it wears off. It's like this little timed wheel that goes away after a while. Some enemies will turn red, and that allows you to get pellet shots that are stronger and can pass through walls and pass through enemies. It doesn't normally pass through enemies, which kind of sucks with this game system because you have to dash into enemies in order to kill them, right? But if you have like a row of enemies and they're all like lined up next to each other and you don't have the red power up, you'll shoot one and he'll be weak and you can dash into him, but if you try dashing into them, you'll probably bounce into the other people who you didn't weaken and actually take contact damage, and that can be really annoying. You take a lot of contact damage in Mighty Number 9 when you're just dashing around trying to kill all kinds of enemies, you know, so that can be kind of annoying in certain levels, and I don't prefer it over the classic Mega Man style of just shooting things with pellets and killing them that way. You're going to be dashing, 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 dashing a lot in Mighty Number 9. And the other color you get is green, and when you absorb that power, Beck runs a little bit faster than he normally would. His walking speed will go a lot faster, so you got to be careful because you might accidentally slide off and go too fast and go off a cliff that way. But green makes you fast, yellow gives you armor, red makes you stronger and pass through walls, and blue is the dumb energy tank system, which again, I'll talk about next part. But the levels aren't too long when you know what you're doing, which I totally appreciate. And now we're at Pyro.
Pyro! Finally!
You! Why you not burn? Why you not burn?
Uh-oh.
Burn! Pyro crash, and you burn!
Except for the final boss, I will defend the bosses in Mighty Number 9. I think they're legitimately really fun, and this is my favorite to take on without his weakness. So this is Pyro. He has 3 basic Telltale strategies. He will either do, "Here I come," and he'll slam his fists together, and when he goes up to you, he will explode. You try to jump over him, you'll be caught in the explosion. So you want him to get to where you are and then dash back the way you came, and that way you dodge the explosion that way. If he puts his fist on the ground and does a superhero pose, he's just going to run across and you'll dash over him while he spreads fire along the ground. And if he puts his arms up, he's going to dive onto you like he's some kind of wrestler, and you want to dash under him and go to where he came from. Once you memorize those 3 animations, this fight is pretty fun. You just shoot, 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 shoot. When he changes a certain color, you have to dash into him, otherwise his health bar won't go down anymore, and it will regenerate, actually. And this is with every single boss in the whole game. This is how they work in Mighty Number 9.
Come on! Snap out of it! Now!
Beck, is that you?
Mission clear.
I didn't take any damage, by the way. Humble brag. So that's Pyro. That's Mighty Number 1. And because this is not Mega Man, by defeating Pyro, we absorb his ability, and we get the ability to cause our own explosions, our own fireballs as well. So I'll be showing that off in the next part. But yeah, this is not Mega Man. It's got a lot of problems. It's not perfect. I totally understand why people think it's bad. And oh god, the advertising, the Kickstarter leading up to this. Hey, there's a lot to talk about. See you in part 2.